Hey people, Injured here, 3v3 faction war. This is Khatrin Purification Plant and Tyranids versus Chaos Space Marines for the blue Tyranid team. We have oLev with a Hive Tyrant, a very durable hero, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed. Powerful offense, support and disruption begins in melee combat with a basic synapse, I shall call it Rodrigo. Alongside Alotar with a Ravener Alpha, a tunneling hero with great mobility, powerful offense and a bit of support, begins with a ranged weapon but can get melee gear. And rounding off this blue Tyranid team is Hiveminion with a Lictor Alpha, a melee specialist that can infiltrate and disrupt some powerful offense and a bit of support. Red Chaos team, DanielGrushin is a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and disruptive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation. Alongside Zevargel rocking a Chaos Lord, durable and destructive hero who walks through objects and cannot be suppressed, powerful offense and disruption, and a very fancy demon sword. Rounding us off is this fella. He's just a dot, playing a Plague Champion. Starts off ranged combat with the damage of a Time Bolter, can get melee weapons, some decent utility and support, can build turrets and repair, but it's pretty slow. This is the Night Lord's elite scheme. Don't think I've seen it on a Plague Champion for a while, looks pretty good. West side though, contested VP, seen some action. There's the Doom Blocks from the Sorcerer and wow. Holy crap, there's like 8 Termagants taken out. Well done, Sorcerer. Look at the amount of XP they've got already. Now they can just consume one of those heretics and get their energy and health back. There we go. Throw out another Doom Bolts. Great synergy, of course, with the fact that the Doom Bolts has such a low cooldown. In on the Lictor Alpha now. Special attack. I love the way the Lictor Alpha just kind of flollops down when he's knocked back. Here's Rodrigo. Got his eyes on some Chaos Space Marines who are in Nurgle worship range. Hormagaunts are idle. Termagants coming down the flank. But here is a Plague Champion taking shots at spawn mines. There goes one. Do they benefit from cover? I don't think they do. West side. Another Doom Bolts. Heretics do get away. CSM are caught in combat with a Lictor Alpha and a Ravener Alpha. It's too much. Too many Alphas. Get away. They're going to be alright, I think. Sorcerer getting stuck in now. Again, this could be a bad fight for him. Chaos Lord's having fun though against some Termagants. Killed a whole bunch of them. Sorcerer backs away and just consumes the heretic. He's ready to go again. Ravener Alpha does get a volley. Oh, I can't get a model off those heretics though. And now needs to back away, waiting for some support perhaps. Meanwhile, east side, Rodrigo the Hive Tyrant, controlled by oLev, is bashing power. Looks like they got a node, been repurchased though. Can they get a generator? Hive Tyrant's giving it a good go. I think they're going to get one. There we go. Well done, fellas. Havoc's here. Maybe, yeah, they need to move up a bit from the Plague Champion, let's call them. Havoc's also for Zevargel. Grushin with double heretics, double CSM. And there's some Zinch worship. Warrior Brood here from Hiveminion will be able to spot that worshipping shenanigans. Warrior Brood for everyone, actually. Start off as power melee units that can jump into combat and knock you over. It's a relatively narrow area though over here. It might be tough to get around the Havocs, although there can be space. Ravener Alpha going for the Toxic Miasma. I don't see this very often. Emits a toxic cloud that does 10 piercing damage per second. For how many seconds though? Maybe it just drains his... I think it drains his energy. Also going for the Crippling Talon. It's going to see a full-on melee Ravener Alpha for now anyway. Doom Bolts does its thing, although protected by cover there. Heretics with an aspiring champion. And we're going to see a full-on 2v2 fight, it looks like. Tyranids do take the VP. Where's the Chaos Lord going? Here he is. Going to take his time. Don't think they're going to wait for him. Sword of Flame for the Sorcerer. Makes him quite a bit more dangerous when he actually gets into combat, and Coruscating Flame is pretty good too. Another decent Doom Bolts on those Termagants. Tyranids really do suffer from Doom Bolts, don't they? They can't really take cover super effectively a lot of the time because there's so many in a brood. And he just got wrecked. We saw Heretics go down there. Those were DanielGrushins, and they did have an aspiring champion. The Combi Flamer up for the Chaos Lord. Almost said Combi Bolter. That'd be fun. Almost level 2. Sorcerer is level 2. Should get revived. And Plague Champion is pushing up the east side against oLev. Rending Talons. And we already have the Bioplasma. Look at this. One of the rarest war gears you'll see. Cormagaunts with Adrenal Glands alongside those warriors is pretty dangerous. Hive Tyrant gets in there. There's a Seismic Roar. Just walk through the Heavy Bolter. And is now going to fight. Apparently he can't attack that guy. Okay. Warrior Brood are dropping models. I think oLev was a bit confused there. Didn't know why they... Yeah, look. You don't know what's going on. Couldn't get close enough to that guy to initiate a melee attack. 4-3-5 to 4-5-5 on the VP. Slight lead then for Chaos as the players start to think about tier 2s. In fact, Grushin is going tier 2. There's more consuming of heretics by the Sorcerer. I mean, it's a bad job to have, being a heretic. Bad job. Noise Marines of the Plague Champion getting some work done. They have lost their heretics though. Tier 2 there now for the Plague Champion. Now, I didn't decap, but it's shooting a Ravener tunnel. There we go. You get 15 red for that, not bad. Now it goes for the decap. What? Cormagaunts are there. Sneaky Ravener Alpha, fully kitted out here with the hardened carapace now. Allows him to burrow, as you just saw there, indefinitely. You can spot him, though, with detector units, I believe. Not sure if... I think he, like, takes less damage or something when he's underground. It would make sense. It would make sense. Lictor Alpha flees. Chaos are pushing through with the Chaos Lord and some of DanielGrushin's stuff. They're going for the power now. Straight after it. Got some Grenade Launcher Heretics. Bloodletters on the way for Grushin. Generally a good choice against Tyranids if you can get it out in a decent amount of time. And there's that Immolates. Is that what they call it? Yes. Imaginatively named. We've got Eternal War on... only Zevargel CSM, not on Grushin's. Allow them to get tier 2 a bit sooner, I suppose, but can they capitalize? Meanwhile, Tyranids are pushing and bashing on the eastern side. It's a 2v1 fight against the Plague Champion. Noise Marines getting a bit too close. You generally don't want to send them in first because they'll take too much damage too quickly. Here's that Ravener Alpha. Going to catch the Havocs. Maybe? There we go. Nicely done. The Plague Champion really needs to replace their heretics and get an aspiring champion to spot that. Otherwise, it's going to continuously, completely mess with them. And they've got a power here to look after. 2v1. They're going to, I think, lose the whole thing here. Got warriors, got Cormagaunts. We've got a big old Hive Tyrant. Level 2. They do have the contested VP though, the Chaos. We seem, I think we're going to see Zevargel go over and assist. Havocs certainly seem to be heading over there, and some Bloodletters on the way. Tier 2 all around now for the Tyranid players. Here is the Chosen Plague Marines, unique unit for the Plague Champion. They have power melee weapons that do damage over time. Really good at counter initiation. They can also use the Nurgle's Rot, which creates zombies on kill. Don't have a melee charge, and generally pretty slow. There's some Seismic Roar action. Oh, we got some actual Raveners from oLev burrowing away. Did they get a full bash? They got a full bash and a decap. Zevargel couldn't quite get over here in time to stop that. But they do have the tech advantage. No sign of a Blood Crusher yet, but Bloodletters pretty fearsome. Here they are. They're demons with power melee weapons, can teleport and also phase out of existence. Benefits greatly from worship since they're a demon, get health and energy regen from it. I wish Chaos had more demons in general. You've got the Blood Crusher, you've got the Bloodletters, and you've got the Great Unclean one. Where's me Plague Bearers? Where's me Horrors? Where's me Bloodthirster? 309 to 455, 2-1 cap for Chaos here, and they're getting a power bash at a pretty good time, just as the blue team get to tier 2. oLev's got a decent stack of resources though. Interesting, no purchase of a Zone Throat or a Tyrant Guard. Are they wanting a very quick tier 3 here? That would be very quick. Can't even be like 9 minutes yet. I don't know if that's true, but it feels like it. There's a decent Bioplasma there. Doesn't tell me how much damage it does here. Or what kind of damage it is, unfortunately. Chaos Lord with a Let the Galaxy Burn. This particular part of the galaxy, to be specific. But hey, it burned. Level 3 this fella. They get a decap and maybe even a cap. And Plague Champion with a Plague Fist, Fetid Armor, grabbing that natural VP. It is a Tyrant Guard for oLev. Looks like they purchased the global version, which instantly spawns one at your base rather than having to wait for it to be produced, which is handy. Warrior Brood getting adrenal glands. Hormagaunts have finished capping and are admiring their capping work. Power Bash on the west side now. Swapping power. Lictor Alpha's got his adrenal glands and his pheromone. Really cool accessory, allows you to reinforce allies and debuffs enemies. Doombolts is avoided by just running away there. Some Khorne worship, and red team I think are going to retake the VP. Maybe get a triple? Oh, I don't think so. This single Termagant is going to come and decap and grab the VP back there for oLev. Where's Rodrigo? There he is, level 2. Now has the improved synapse. Interested to see how this bioplasma does throughout the game. I guess he's got it mainly to mess with the Havocs in tier 1. Didn't see that happen, but maybe he did. Plague Champion flees. Chosen Plague Marines flee. Might have been a decent fight for them to take there. They do explode on death. I'm not sure if it still heals them though. I know regular Plague Marines do not heal themselves with their explosive deaths. Chosen Plague Marines did at some point, but they might have been removed. There's a Doom Blast and flee. Bloodletters phasing out of existence. And they're backing away. Sorcerer's there though. Coruscating Flame goes down on the Bloodletters now. And they're going to engage with their huge amounts of power melee DPS against the heavy armor of the Warriors, and those guys back away. They're a Synapse creature, so they will let off a Synapse backlash if they go down. There's a Zone Throat, another Synapse creature. Bloodletters are dealt with though, with Hormagaunts joining the fray. Sorcerer's level 3 is in full retreat, and the Tyranids will retake the western side. I hear Blastmasters going on. Where is it? There it is. Gives them an artillery weapon, which is pretty useful. Chaos Lord has to flee, but here comes the Plague Champion ready to roll, getting the Icon of Nurgle recently reduced in cost in 292 down to 20 power. Which I'm a big fan of, because it was nerfed ages ago in Elite. They changed it to make its damage happen way less frequently. But at 20 power, pretty solid. Havocs with an autocannon. Horrendous amounts of damage to all targets. Even at that range, Warriors don't want to get any closer. Spore Mines. Oh, they get a detonation before they fall. Havocs actually retreating off there. I don't think they need to do that. But Chosen Plague Marines, 2,200 hit points on their way to level 2. Maybe a Doom Bolts here. There we go. Zone Throat getting shots in, as you can see. Also provides this nice health regen synapse. Ouch, exploded one of those CSM. That's double slaughter from the aspiring champion. Zone Throat still doing some work. Warrior Brood not joining in the fight there. Got a Flesh Hook though. Oh, and took out that CSM model. Lictor Alpha with his Corrosive Claws. Power melee with a damage resistance debuff. And a slow. Not bad. 223 to 398. Blastmaster, did you actually shoot? I think it was going to shoot at the node, but it got destroyed. Let the galaxy burn again. Current Guard in its shield wall mode. The Havocs can threaten it though with their autocannon, even when it's got that vehicle armor from shield wall. Took a lot of damage there, the old Current Guard. Here comes Rodrigo, he's not happy. There's a lot of stuff here though. Might need an assist. Are we going to get one from the flank? Alotar is here. Got some Gene Stealers too. Fearsome power melee squad. Rip apart CSM. Heretics with a grenade barrage. Nicely done. Havocs will be tied up though. And I don't think Zevargel can stay in this fight for too long. They're trying to turn an assist. Havoc's got Spore Mind, I think. Plague Champion doing his thing with his Icon of Nurgle, but that's a tough fight against the Tyrant Guard. Chaos might be able to get on the VP here. Genestealers doing their thing with that heal on hit. And huge amounts of damage. So dangerous, those guys. Chaos Lord's level 3. Crippling Poison frustrates him. Bloodletter's teleporting in though. Zevargel down to just 2 units. It's a tough fight for them here. What do their CSM have? They've gone for Marco Zinch. With the aspiring champion is that demonic plasma gun. Meanwhile, west side, Lictor Alpha is just menacingly looking at things. Oh, there's the Chains of Torment that we saw earlier. 2-1 cap for Chaos. Neurothrope on the way. All 3 Tyranid players soon to be tier 3. oLev, the last to go, has tons of requisition. Is there any power to buy over here? They can rebuy that power pretty easily. Brood Nest goes down thanks to a Blastmaster shot. These guys strangely split up for some reason. Oh, lots of zombie Hormagaunts thanks to the Chosen Plague Marines. And their Nurgle's rot. And they're going to get this power back, I think, fully populated. Yes, they are. Not much to bash, but they could take the node down. West side, another bash. Nicely done. Chaos Terminators with an autocannon. Genestealers, yeah, they need to get away. Uh-oh, Heretics in retreat path. Terminators in retreat path, but no melee from them. That was a bit of a misplay there from Grushin. They could have finished off those Genestealers with some power fist hits. This is a paroxysm you're seeing here from the Neurothrope. It does percentage-based damage with extra versus heavy and super heavy because it's psychic. Bad news for, say, Terminators, which are super heavy and have tons of health. Being tied up by Rippers, which do debuff your speed a little bit. There's that Neurothrope. Needs to use abilities to regenerate his energy. As you can see, doesn't naturally go back up. Rending Talons. Haven't seen a Bioplasma for a while. Come on, Rodrigo. What are you up to? There we go, fight him. Touch of Nurgle on the CSM. If you ever see a Plague Champion player leave their ranged squad in melee combat for a suspiciously long time, be wary. So it could be Touch of Nurgle time. Things could be touched. Warrior Brood might finish him off here. And Touch of Nurgle's worn off. And they'll be okay. Level 3 as well. Chosen Plague Marines are still here. Warrior Brood miraculously did not drop a model. Can they bust up the Hive Tyrant? Looks like they don't want to try. They should be able to do pretty well because the damage over time will all stack up on one model. West side though, kicking off. Great Unclean One here for Zevargel, who has recovered. And now we see a Chaos Predator on the way for the Plague Champion. Genestealers for Hiveminion and a Carnifex for Alotar. There's that Nurgle, Cloud of Flies rather. Almost finishes off those Genestealers there. And I think Hormagaunts in there somewhere too. 1-1 cap. Big VP lead though for the Chaos team. Over 200 VPs to make up for the old Tyranids. There's those other Genestealers for Hiveminion. Tyrant formation, that's going to be a pretty good one there. Ouch. And can they follow it up? Provide some really good buffs if you can get in there alongside it. Great and Clean One. I was going to say he's waddling into a whole bunch of damage potentially, but he turns around. Some Corn Worship now. Makes him waddle faster. Uh-oh, Nurgle's Vomit. Oh, seemed to miss everything. Genestealers and Hormagaunts getting in there. Genestealers will do a huge amount of damage to a Great Unclean One with all that power melee. Even under Worship, look at the amount of damage it's taken. And Termagants are retaking the VP. That is pretty fearsome. The Great Unclean One does passively damage nearby enemies. And now Paroxysm too. That is painful. Wow, it's going to go down, I think. Yeah, they got him. Nicely done by the Tyranids. Got the Genestealers in there. Got the Paroxysm in there. Got the job done. There's a Carnifex. No upgrades yet. 144 to 361. That was a big win. Chaos Predator with the Mark of Corn. Just more damage on its weapons. I don't think the Warrior Brood really want to chase it. Yeah, back away, fellas. They're power bashing with a Blastmaster and an autocannon. Whatever works, fellas, whatever works. Rodrigo is down. Current guard heals up. Need something big and stompy, oLev. There we go. Carnifex on the way. Gone for the Venom Cannon as Alotar. There's that Bioplasma doing its thing. Another Paroxysm really well placed on a big blob of stuff. Also slows you down, I believe, by like 30% or something. Genestealer's getting in, and these guys have their Rending Claws, which switches their damage type to heavy melee, so they can damage everything. Although if you're fighting no vehicles, as they are over here, it's actually better to keep the power melee for the damage bonus against heavy and super heavy. But maybe they expect tanks and stuff. Terminators do not drop a model. Tyranids didn't overextend yet. Lictor Alpha getting stuck in level 3, doing some good work. You can see the Lictor Alpha fade a little bit in the closing stages of a 3v3. It's hard for him to have those big engagement changing moments, but he's doing well. Debuffing things with this and getting his flesh hook off. Sorcerer is getting some capping done. Has the Tome of Subjugation, can use that to turn away some Genestealers perhaps. 135 to 322. Can you use this on the Neurothrope? It says infantry, so I guess not. That would be fun. Subjugate the Neurothrope and then drop a Paroxysm on the Tyranid units. Double Marquezine CSM. Massive amount of DPS against, say, Warrior Brood. Chrono Formation, was that? It was. They retreat just in time to avoid most of the damage again. But still pretty painful. Pretty painful. Can they finish off this fella? Are you the last fella? You are. And you're gone. It's a good nuke again. And they're able to get the VP back, I suppose. What is this? It's Chosen Plague Marines up to level 2. 24, 20 hit points. And Chaos are looking depleted here. Even more so with the Predator tank potentially going down. Yes, look at that. Ravener Brood getting a melee kill on a Predator tank. How the hell did that happen? Was it just sat there shooting them? Very odd. Land Raider Phobos for Zevargel. More Carnifexes though. And they already have a Venom Cannon one. This guy's got no upgrades and is now healing up. I'm not sure if you can tell if the Zoanthrope has its Symbiosis upgrade. If it, I don't know if it changes the Decorator or gives them a unit card thing. But maybe they have it. 2-1 for Chaos. They are still leading on these VPs. They took the blue team's natural thanks to these Chosen Plague Marines. Nurgle's Rot is in play. Some explodiness going on. Couldn't quite get a kill though. Genestealers are there. And they'll do a massive amount of damage to a Land Raider with Rending Talons. These guys don't have it though. There's that Dirge Caster. Lictor Alpha gets in. Now does the debuff work? It says enemy units. Does it work on vehicles? That's a pretty big deal if it does. Doesn't have the deadly jump to get behind the Land Raider and mess up its pathing or something. Does let the Galaxy burn. Oh, and an Abyss on those chasing units. Looks like they dodged it reasonably well there. Alotar reacted pretty quickly. And the Land Raider lives. And it might be because of that nuke. 118 to 242 west side. There is no quiet. We have a Mark of Nurgle Chaos Predator. Another Carnifex in way for Alotar. We've got a couple of Venom Cannons. And here a Barbed Strangler for Hiveminion. Hiveminion and Alotar have quite large armies, which can be difficult to manage in the end of a hectic 3v3 game. Great Unclean One on the way for the Plague Champion. We saw what happened to the last one. Oh, Lictor Alpha goes down. Not sure what did it. The Terminators, I think. They are retaining the west side for now. Zoanthrope going to get a Cataclysm, that was that. Knocks them over. And Spawn Mine's got a detonation there. Not a good place for the Terminators to be. That's Gene Stealers bearing down on you. Dropping a model. Bioplasma doing some work too. And CSM are chased off, as are the Havocs. Tyranids do retain that west side, and they're going after the natural thanks to some Raveners. Bit of a mismatch here. Great Unclean One versus Rippers. But the Rippers are having a good time until they die. Land Raider Phobos getting some upgrades, repairs I should say, by Heretics. They'll take them a while though. Chosen Plague Marines have done well. Level 3 now, up to 26, 62 hit points. Great Unclean One just used his Vomit, I think. There's that Cloud of Flies. Gun effects backs away. Doesn't want to be caught in melee by this thing. Needs to keep backing away a bit. Looks like Red Team get their natural back, but that was a double for a brief amount of time there, and Tyranids have actually got the lead in VPs now. Fun Effects took a bunch of damage for Alotar, but does get away. There's a Cataclysm. Didn't actually hit anything. I think he was trying to guess where infiltrated stuff was there. Hiveminion. Gonna get a revive from Alotar. Level 6 Raven Alpha. Done well with this melee loadout then. Can they chase after this tank? Barb Strangler does good damage to all targets. There it is. Boom. Almost took out those Heretics too. Now we have a Venom Cannon Hive Tyrant. Level 5. A whole bunch of Carnifexes. A whole bunch of Venom Cannons. Can't remember the last time I saw so many Venom Cannon Carnifexes going on. Oh, there's that Paroxysm again. That is so painful, but an Imperial Abyss by the Plague Champion. Pretty nasty. I think the Great Unclean was going to go down, and they do. Those warriors need to retreat through the Abyss, and that was bad. Imperial Abyss just gobbles you up if you try and get through the middle of it. Those Carnifexes escape though. This one needs to be careful because there's Havocs around. And some Plague Marines now. Great Unclean One perishes. VPs are pretty much evened up here. Burrow Strike. But now they're in the firing arc of an autocannon. Oh, until they moved, they were anyway. Zevargel repositions. Another Carnifex on the way from oLev this time. He looks to have a bunch of red, so he could see some Tyranid nukes soon. Some more Tyranid nukes. And Eurothrope's done really well. Chaos Terminator's on the cap. Can Lictor Alpha dissuade them from doing so? Maybe. He's just standing there at the moment. There we go. Remembered how to attack things. Well, here comes some Chosen Plague Marines. And they are a threat to single entities like heroes. With all that damage over time stacking up. oLev. Maybe a Thornback or something. This thing's pretty low. Needs to get away. Chaos have brute forced their way through onto the VP. Despite the Great Unclean One loss. It did draw a hell of a lot of fire, and then that nuke of course helped out. The Imperial Abyss at least took out warriors, maybe some other stuff. I think those are Hiveminions warriors, weren't they? There's a big old bioplasma shot. Double Predators now on this side. Double mark of Nurgle Predators too. So lots of hit points, health regen, and melee resistance. And of course that Nurgly shot they have, which does that. You know, green stuff. Nondescript Nurgly green stuff. Level 3 Makozink CSM. Chaos Lords found some Warrior Brood to smack around, but has to retreat and does get away. Level 10 that guy. Holy crap. Tyranids getting on the Chaos Natural. 89 to 110 is pretty close. Pretty damn close. Can they get a decap here? Is the sneaky Lictor Alpha going for it? They're at least going to get a decap. Oh, Subjugated Warrior Brood. Going after the Hive Tyrant there. Doing a hell of a lot of damage too. You get a damage bonus. I think it's 25% damage bonus when you have a subjugated unit. Tyrant formation is like the third or fourth one we've seen. All been pretty good so far. More Chaos Terminators for Zevargel. The Tyranids are still on it. There's a Paroxysm for those Terminators immediately. Phobos is still around. Another Imperial Abyss, this time from DanielGrushin. Nukes everywhere, 89 to 67. Tyranids still have a single cap, but look how depleted oLev is now. It's getting a Lictor up. They did decap here. That's pretty good. And I think, yeah, these are oLev's Raveners. They did get away. Another Tyranids formation. That's going to knock the Terminators off the cap. There we go. And splits them up awkwardly too. Oh, they all teleported. Well done, fellas. I thought they'd struggle to all teleport if they weren't all in coherency. But they managed it. Double Plague Marines there for the Plague Champion. And there's the Symbiosis. You see the Zoanthrope healing, and we do get something in the unit card. There we go. I'm not sure how much it heals for. Terminator is taking a lot of damage here. Looks like they're going to be okay for now. These guys get the decap. 89 to 59. We've got some sneaky Ravener Brood with their enhanced muscle coil of oLev going for the decap. I think they're going to get it. There's that tier 3 Lictor too. Massive amount of carnage on the west side. Rip my frame rate. I think the Plague Champion is going to get something else up soon. They've got a lot of resources. Those Venom Cannons getting shots in, as is the Barbed Strangler. Boom. Plague Marines don't worry too much about being suppressed, but it still does a hell of a lot of damage, that thing. Carnifexes need to be careful. Dropping the Carnifexes now would be really bad. Can't repair them all or heal them all with a single Zoanthrope. Double cap though for the Tyranids. 89 to 23. oLev gets a vital cap over here. So vital. Plague Champion fights back. This might be it. This might be a Tyranid win. More Plague Marines on the way for the Plague Champion. It's still going to be too little too late. Double cap gets it. oLev doing very well at the end there. Red team maybe should have been a little bit more careful looking after their VP. We had a level 7 Hive Tyrant who dropped right at the end there. Level 7 Raven Alpha also down. Level 5 Lictor Alpha did well throughout the game. Level 6 Chaos Sorcerer. We got a level 10 Chaos Lord who was also downed. And the Plague Champion level 7 in a cloud of muck. Big thanks to the players for taking part and for Impregnable with their hosting. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.